Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marko and today I will be doing tier lists of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure characters. I'm anime only, I will not cover manga, of course. I haven't read it myself. I recently finished Stone Ocean. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure has a special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite shows. Araki is such a blessing, man. The way he wrote Jojo's Bizarre Adventure is phenomenal, man. We all love Jojo's because of the memes and comedy, the funny scenes, the humor, right? But also it's serious at the same time, and Araki does both aspects so good. It's so good, man. And Jojo's Bizarre Adventure is not show for everyone. I truly believe so. I can totally picture some people struggling to get into JoJo's, but when it comes to me personally, it just hits the spot perfectly, man. There is no show like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's something truly special, man. So yeah, guys, when it comes to these tier lists, you probably know, or if you don't know, I really hate ranking things because my opinions change from time to time. I don't know how to describe it. There is a lot of characters that I like, so it's kinda hard, man, but I do have a general idea of where I want to put characters. At least I hope I do. I don't have any plans how will I do this. I didn't write any script or anything like that. I will just go based on my memories when it comes to all these stands and characters. I guess the things I will judge them by is like how did I felt while seeing those characters or stands, designs, the impact of the story, and of course it's going to be absolutely biased. It's going to be biased and completely subjective. So yeah, before we start, I just wanted to thank you guys for introducing me to Jojo's Bizarre Adventure and for watching my reactions and for watching this video as well. It really means a lot. So I just wanted to say thank you one more time. Let's begin. Alright guys, everything is ready. It looks like there is tons of characters here, so it looks like at least they're in order by parts as far as I can see. But yeah, this should be really interesting. So first off, we have the very first JoJo, Jonathan Joestar. And when it comes to Jonathan, we all know that he is a really great guy, man. He is a really a good guy and a true gentleman. But after meeting all the other JoJos and characters throughout each new part, I can't give him an S. There is no way. So I will have to put Jonathan in A tier. I think he belongs here. Of course, as I pick more and more characters to rank, the tier list will probably change at some point, so where I put them initially doesn't mean that they will end up there, if that makes sense. So Jonathan is a really great guy. What can I say? Many people don't like first part of JoJo's, and I can kinda see that, especially the younger generations. But considering the time period the story was published, the manga, I think it was pretty okay, man. Jonathan is a character that doesn't have many flaws. He is that generic protagonist, so yeah, but he was a very pure-hearted guy, and he had many horrible things happen in his life since Dio came into his life. He managed to overcome all of that, and despite Dio being stronger than him when he was young, and it makes sense considering their upbringing, because Jonathan was born into wealthy family, the Joestars, and Dio was born into horrible family. His mom was dead, his dad was a complete prick, so it makes sense that Dio had more of that like street life, and he needed to learn how to live that rough street life, so it makes sense that he would be more experienced in combat. But later on we saw how strong Jonathan became, and I think I will place him in rank A. By the way, I will probably not go too in depth, because honestly, man, you can talk about these characters for a long time, bro. So there is a bunch of them, and I don't want to waste too much time and make the video boring or something. So let's go to the next one. This is Bluford, I believe, or Bruford. I don't really remember exactly, but I know that he's the dude, one of those two dudes that Dio revived, right? And this guy was a lot better than Tarkus. I will place him in B. He's the one who wrote Pluck on the sword. I remember that. He's a respectable warrior. He has the pride of a warrior. He is not evil, unlike Tarkus, who was like a beast, willing to kill people for fun. So yeah, Bruford will go into B tier for now at least. So Tarkus, I'm trying to think what kind of characters I want to place in D tier, like the absolute verse. Should I place Tarkus there? He did that crazy chain thing with Jonathan when they got chained by the necks. He was a pretty sick fellow, man, willing to even kill a child. So I will place him in D tier for now. Speedwagon, bro. Oh my god. Who can hate this guy, bro? Like, the way he started by fighting Jonathan, and he noticed that Jonathan kicked that guy who was on Speedwagon's side, but with no intention to kill him, right? Speedwagon noticed that, so that basically changed his heart, and he was like, oh, I want to follow this gentleman. And the fact that Speedwagon's foundation lived through every JoJo part, man, I think that I'm sorry guys, I have to put him in S tier, because Speedwagon has that JoJo's essence. That's something that I can't put into words, and you will see more similar characters that I will put probably. Heck, the next one, Zeppeli, he's going right into the S tier as well, because I just like the goofiness, man. Like, he fought Jack the Ripper with the glass of wine in his hands, bro. And the way he introduced Hammond to us, man, by punching the frog and him saying, hey baby, or was it that, or let's go baby, I can't quite remember, but he has that JoJo essence. I don't know how else to describe it. He was training with Tom Petty, right? And he abandoned even his family in pursuit of these stone masks, because his father unfortunately murdered all the crew members when they were sailing on the ship, because the mask got on his face. And that was the day that Zeppeli decided to get rid of those stone masks. And he was honestly such a funny character, but also in part 1 we only had 9 episodes, so I have to take that into consideration as well. We saw Zeppeli in like what, three episodes, but that's basically third of part 1, so I have to give respect to Zeppeli. He also was still alive while he was cut in half, and he gave his remaining Hamon energy to Jonathan, man. Speedwagon and Zeppeli S tier. Next, we have Jonathan's father. I mean, what can I really say about him? He wasn't really that important to the story. I mean, his death was tragic for Jonathan, especially, of course. He was a nice guy, bro. He was also a very nice guy. Even though he knew what Dio father did, he was still willing to forgive him, man. So I think he deserves at least B tier as well. Okay. This is our girl Erina, right? I think Erina belongs into B tier as well. She was a nice character. And damn, she went through a lot as well. like losing her husband, bro, after getting pregnant, and the fact that Dio also slept her. She went through a lot. She was a nice character, and I will put her in B as well. Okay, now we have Dio's father. I think that it isn't necessary to talk a lot about this guy. He easily deserves D tier right next to Tarkus. Oh, this is an interesting one. We have Dio. So Dio is, of course, S. He's such a charismatic villain, bro. He also he's like a diva, man, and I don't know what it is, but he's also one of those characters that I say that they have the JoJo essence, like the goofiness, the certain goofiness to them, but also they're serious and great characters. But I did prefer Dio in part 3. Part 1, Dio was kind of a scum, bro. I really hated Dio at the beginning, so... Oh, they literally have part 3 Dio here. Okay. I will then place part 1 Dio in A, alright? Oh, this is the dude who took Dio's head and the one who sold him drugs, right? Straight to D tier. Who the fuck is this? Who is this? Is this Jack the Ripper? I think it's Jack the Ripper. So he is easily D tier as well. Oh, Joseph, man. Part 2 Joseph. One of my favorite characters in all JoJo parts, bro. Right here. Joseph was fantastic. He was so much better. I mean, it feels bad to say this, but that's how I feel. He was such a great protagonist, especially when comparing him to Jonathan, bro. The fact that he was so goofy and the stuff with Santana and later on with Pillar Man, bro, the way he fights, the way they started implementing the comedic scene into fights, that started happening in part 2, I feel like. In part 1, we didn't get to see much of that. When the fight, it was serious, but in part 2, Joseph brought something new, and the stuff with his clackers and the way he was running away from Vamu and the way he was predicting everyone's line. Joseph was great, man. And not to mention that Joseph was so smart. I think that generally Joseph is the smartest character in all parts, man. He is so damn smart. Okay, next up we have Loggins and Messina. I mean, okay, now I think I knew what will I use C tier for. For characters that we didn't get to see much of, but also I don't dislike them that much. Vamu. Oh, Vamu is a great character, man. Vamu was great. The proud warrior, man. He wasn't only about killing, he wanted a challenge. He spared Joseph's life. He did kill my boy Caesar though, but I mean, that was only because of Caesar's miscalculation. Vamu was good character, but should I put him in the same tier as Dio? I'm not quite sure, man. But it's okay because he will be... Dio is like the rank 1 at A tier, so Vamu will probably be further away when I play some more characters. AC/DC. I can't say that AC/DC and Vamu are deserving of a same tier when it comes to my opinion. In fact, I will place AC/DC even lower than Erina in rank B. I really liked how goofy he was as well when he ate that dynamite and when he started crying. That was hilarious, but I don't know, man. I think he will stay in B. Cars. I think Cars deserves A as well. He wasn't prideful like Vamu. He wanted to achieve his goals by any means necessary. He literally became the ultimate life form. But he was always so interesting because of those scenes that he didn't want to step on Flower, that time when he saved the dog. So it looks like he has a respect for life, but also when it comes to achieving his goals, it looks like he's ready to do anything. So I think Cars is a pretty interesting character, man. He got one of the worst fates, bro. He was literally turned into stone, sent into space. I mean, he turned into stone in space, and he was unable to do anything. And after spending years and years like that, he eventually stopped thinking, bro. What a cruel fate. Fate worse than death, surely. My boy Caesar is next. Caesar deserves A tier as well. In fact, should I place him in front of Dia? I will. Like, this is part 1 Dia that I'm talking. I think I will. Oh, we have Smokey. Okay. Bro, I liked Smokey, but let's be real. He didn't contribute that much. He was acting basically like us viewers. He was trying to learn the truth about Lisa and Joseph, but we saw him in more than one episode. He was kinda present, right? So I will place him in B tier as well. Let's say he will be top of B tier for now. Next up we have Lisa, Joseph's mother and Hamon instructor. Lisa deserves A at least. I will place her here, right between Dio and Caesar. Good times when I thought that Caesar might be Dio's son, bro. But that was quickly debunked because of his surname, Zeppeli, of course. Okay, this is George, right? Like, this is not fair. I can't really rank him, but I will place him here in rank C. It's interesting how from Jonathan we went to Joseph. George didn't even practice Hamon or anything, but judging by what they were telling us, he was really a great guy and he was a pilot. But yeah, we didn't get to learn much about him, so I will put him in C tier. Strizo is worthy of B tier, I believe. And in fact, I think I will place him here. I think that's pretty fair. Got corrupted, unfortunately. In part 1, he was the good guy. In part 2, he actually raised Lisa as well, which is crazy. But he got corrupted, he wanted power, he achieved the youth because he became a vampire. Oh boy, look who we have next. It's von Stroheim. Man, I don't know how will you guys feel about this one, but for me, Stroheim is going into the S tier. He is going into the S tier, man. I freaking laughed my ass off on his scenes, bro. He's such a funny character. His interaction with Speedwagon was hilarious, man. He produced so many memes, bro. The way he bursted out laughing, the way he said Speedwagon. And later on he became clutch, man. He actually saved Joseph from certain death when he suddenly appeared in that aeroplane, bro. That was such an unexpected twist, and thanks to him, Joseph was able to live on, man. Now that I think about it, he is a very important character, and the most importantly, he has that Jojo essence, bro. He can't die as well. He got blown by a bomb and he actually somehow survived and he came back as a cyborg. Next we have Santana. I don't know. I think that Wamo and Cars were way better. Pillarman, AC/DC was better as well than Santana. So he will go into the B tier. Wait. Oh, Suzy Q. Right. Suzy Q. Susie was cute, man. Susie was cute, and I will put her into the B tier. Probably... Here, I think it's a good spot for her. Next up, we have Jotaro Pujo. Bro. S tier, easy. The way part 3 started with Jojo being so rude and in prison, I thought that he would continue to be like that throughout part 3, if that makes sense. But it was only like his front personality. He was not like that from the inside. He was really caring and he loves his mother and he cares for his family, but his personality, his badass personality made him so great, and the way he was handling opponents until Jotaro, Jonathan and Joseph were not quite like him. They weren't ruthless when it comes to beating up opponents, and that was the thing I really liked about Jotaro. When he starts auraing guys, bro, there is no coming back. He's fucking up everyone, man. In part 3, Jotaro was total badass. His epic battle against Dio is honestly to this day one of my favorite fights, like with that OST and everything, their crazy time-stopping abilities, Dio's I mean, and Jotaro later on adjusting, finding out that his stand is similar to his, and then him stopping time. That was crazy, man. Jotaro was amazing protagonist, and I feel like Jotaro is like the mascot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, if anyone heard about JoJo's, they probably saw a picture of Jotaro or something like that. That's what I like to imagine. I have a feeling like he's like the trademark of JoJo's, not only because of his design and how badass he was, but because he was also present in the most parts. 3, 4, 5, and 6. To be fair, in part 5 he only appeared in few scenes talking to Koichi, but still he appeared in most JoJo parts, man. A legendary character, bro. Easy S tier, easy. Okay, now we have the girl. Her name was Anne. Anne, I think. I hope I'm not wrong. I mean, what can I say, guys? I remember being almost certain that her father will end up showing up and being a stand user or someone important, and that theory just went down the drain. One time she just went back home on a plane and we never saw her again. So yeah, I will put her in B, but on the bottom. Okay. Yo, fuck this monkey, bro. That shit was so creepy, not gonna lie. That was one of the first really creepy scenes in JoJo's, bro. Fucking monkey jacking off to Playboy and smoking a cigar and peeling the apple, and later on going into the shower where this little girl was showering. That was so fucking creepy, bro. I was so happy when Jotaro fucked him up later. But yeah, easy D tier. Yo, this is the devil, right? The devil who fight Polnareff in hotel room. That fight was funny, bro. That was hilarious as fuck. I don't really know where should I place this guy. I mean, he's going into the D tier as well, but probably here he will be first place for now. At least let's give him that. Oh boy. Yellow Temperance. Some of them I don't remember by their names, but by their stance. This guy, bro. I mean, he's responsible for giving us Rero. So at least that should be enough to put him into the C tier. Like, C will be for characters that we didn't get to see much of, and for certain characters that I didn't really like, but they produced something funny, like Rero Rero and Do You Understand? He did that as well, so let's put him here. Whole Horse, now we are talking, Whole Horse goes to A. Easy, bro. At the first, I didn't like him, but as the time went on, when he appeared in Enya's place and later on with Boingo, that was amazing, bro. That was really good. He really grew on me, and I've been told also, I remember the comments saying that he was supposed to be the part of the gang. He was supposed to join our gang, but Araki decided not to go with that idea because if I remember, it was because of the Polnareff, because we already had a comedic character like that. Oh, this fucker, bro. I hate that I even remember his name. His name was Jay Gale, right? The one who killed Polnareff's sister. He's probably gonna stay here at the bottom of the tier. I didn't like her as well. I mean, her stand was kinda hilarious when she fought Joseph, but I didn't like her that much. I'll place her here probably, or here, yeah. Yo, oh my god, that guy from the car, dude. Yeah, I remember him being funny looking. That was when Jotaro was set on fire, right? During that battle. That wasn't one of the best episodes, honestly, but it was still pretty funny. This guy, I have no reason to put him in C tier, honestly, so I will place him right here. Enya. Now, I hate Enya and the fact that she didn't even admit that her son was doing some horrible things. She is fucked up, but surprisingly enough, she was mentioned in later parts as well, because she is the one who actually got the arrows first. Thanks to Enya, Diavolo had arrow and also Dio, so her conversations with Dio were kinda interesting as well, so at least I will put her at C tier. Yo, oh my god. Steely Dan, how could I forget that? Bro, one of the most satisfying beatdowns. Jotaro fucking up Steely Dan. He was so annoying, bro. He was so annoying that I can't put him into D, bro. That's how annoying he was. He really woke up something in me. I really hated his guts. But because of that, I will put him into the rank C. He didn't do any like disturbing, fucked up shit. So, I mean, he did hit that kid, but I will place him into the C tier. Next up, we have Holly, Jotaro's mom. A really sweet person as well. It was... she had few goofy scenes with Joseph, but it was kind of wholesome at the same time. Such a sweetheart, man. Such a sweetheart. I mean, she was used as a plot device for part 3 for our boys Joseph and Jotaro. But I will place her at B, probably. Somewhere around here. I think that Kakyoin would approve. Who the fuck is this? Is this... Oh, this is the Sun stand user. Man, that episode, bro. That fucking episode, man. This guy is going into D tier, obviously. We had that funny scene when everyone was laughing, but what the fuck was that episode? The baby, yo. I fucking hated this baby. That was also very frustrating to watch, bro. So because of that, I can't put it into D tier, or I actually can. I'm putting baby into D tier. What the fuck is this? Wait, who is this guy? Yo, oh my god, that's the guy that got pissed on by Abdul and Polnareff. Yeah, he was using that genie stand. Yeah, he's D tier easily, bro. Easily. Bro, D tier is kinda stacked, but I don't regret a thing. I will put him into D tier easily. Bro, I'm I'm struggling a lot right now. Holy shit. Who is this? Nothing rings a bell. I genuinely can't remember who this is, guys. I have to consider skipping this one and saving it for later. Wait, but it's someone from part 3. It has to be, right? Yo, I'm dumb, bro. That's probably because the next is the blind dude and Duel, right? She has to be the stand user that got her teeth fucked up, right? When we were battling underwater. Was it High Priestess or something? Now I remember. Ooh, it feels so good to remember that, bro. I mean, what the fuck, man? Where am I supposed to put her? Like, we didn't even get to actually see her as a character, only her stand. But okay, let's put her here. And Duel. Now, this guy I liked. He was a very, very skilled villain, considering that he was blind. He was using his the stick, and he felt the movement through the sand, and that was so badass, man. Also, his water attacks were so deadly, man. The way he killed those guys from Speedwagon Foundation, that was really creepy. And he's responsible for cutting Kakyoin's eyes and basically making him miss, bro, like good chunk of episodes. And he was also respectable. He decided to off himself rather than give us information about Dia and his stand. So I think that Nadul deserves even A, in my opinion. Okay, we have Oingo and Boingo. Okay. The brother that can transform his face is honestly trash, man. He had some funny moments, but yeah, he's going into the C tier. I can't give him more than that. Here on the bottom of C tier. But his little brother is at least tier above. So I will place him probably here. I think that's about right. Okay. Let me readjust a little bit. I think this is fair. But we will see later, of course. Next up, we have Anubis. Anubis was a very troublesome stand. I mean, he's a stand, technically, right? And I'm ranking characters right now. But okay, let's roll with it. I think he is C or maybe B. It was kind of funny at the end when he panicked and phased through the wall and stuff. Let's place him at the top of C tier. Alright, next up we have Mariah. She was very, very cocky, man. I didn't like that about her. Very, very cocky. But she got rolled in the end. And she got one of the worst experiences, bro. She got crushed between Abdul and Joseph when they had a bunch of shit stuck to their bodies. I mean, the fact that she produced such a hilarious moments is something that is making me place her higher. You know what I'm talking about, guys. The scenes with Abdul and Joseph. Those episodes were very funny, so I will put her in B. Yo, this guy, bro, that was so fucking creepy. And he's such a bitch ass. He's turning people into hits that he can bully them and fight them. And his first interaction was with a child when he smacked the kid in the face, and that is like the foreshadowing of who he is and how he operates. Disgusting guy. He's somewhere like this probably. It was pretty fun episode though, because it was funny to see young Jotaro beating the shit out of him. Polnareff scenes were kinda sassy as well, but I think it was still pretty funny. Oh, now we have old Joseph, who is also goated, but I won't put him into S because we already have young Joseph there, and he will be on top of A list. Ooh, I like this one. Go ahead, Mr. Joester. We have Darby the Gambler. He needs to be in A tier at least, and above Nadul, above Whole Horse. Okay, I think it's good to place him here. Man, those episodes, I was on the edge of my seat. That was done so well. The poker match with everyone, and later with Jotaro, and Jotaro bluffing. That shit was hilarious, and him not being able to call, literally choking, like he wasn't able to speak anymore. That was peak, man. I really enjoyed those episodes. Oh, there is still a bunch of characters, bro. Oh my god. The bird. Oof. The Pokemon fight, bro. The Pokemon fight in JoJo's Bird against Iggy. That was so dope. That was so unexpected, man. One of the best fights. I'm being honest, totally. That was really, really cool. But the bird, how do I rank the fucking bird? I will put the bird into the C tier. Oh, Darby Younger. Unfortunately, definitely not in the same tier as his bro. But the shit with yes, and the fact that they were literally playing games, I will put him at least into the B tier. Like here. Oh my god. When I saw this picture right now, so many bad memories returned to me. He was such a menace, bro. He was such a strong opponent with a very strong and dangerous ability. For what he did to Iggy, I can't forgive him, bro. He killed my boy Abdul and Iggy, man. But honestly, he was playing the villain part like perfectly. His character was done so well. I simply can't put him too low. I think he will be in B tier. Yeah, I can put Vanilla Ice into B tier easily. But he was kinda... I don't really know. I will put him in B, why not? Okay. And now we are talking. Now we are dealing with part 3 Dio. He deserves to be in S tier. Like, I will place him here. Oh, okay. So Dio. We all know that Dio has a lot of memes, but honestly, his charisma, and when he adjusted to Jonathan's body, his hairstyle and the fit he was wearing, he was a fantastic final boss, man. And he stand the world, the iconic sound, and Zavarudo. I mean, he's such an iconic villain that if you don't put him in at least A, I don't really know what to say to you, man. Dio was fantastic. Also, the fact that he brought Polnareff down every time when he stopped time is hilarious, man. Just imagine that scene in your head. He stops time, he runs as quickly as possible, puts Polnareff one step behind, and then returns to his pose, man. Okay, next up we have Abdul, however you like it, but I will call him Avdol because I think that's how most people know him by. Honestly, I saw that not many people are rocking with him, but I personally liked Avdol a lot because he was such a good guy and he really cared for Polnareff. He sacrificed his life twice for Polnareff. He's such a gentle soul, a really wise and smart guy. I don't really rock with the change to his character after he came back. Like they added kind of forcefully too much comedic scenes, but the comedy with Joseph was peak, man. That was really funny. So I think I will put Avdol at A rank, somewhere around here, probably. Kakyoin. Oof. Now, this is a hard one because I really, really like Kakyoin, guys. Does Kakyoin deserve S tier? Honestly, Kakyoin is really, really dear character to me. I really like Kakyoin. But does he have what it takes to be in rank S? This is a hard one, man. I know that some people don't rock with him, that they would probably put him into B or even C. But for me, I need to put Kakyoin at least here, man, at high A. I really like him. And the fact that he didn't have any friends, man, such a tragic life, but at least he was happy during his last 50 days, man. His stand was really, really cool. Hierophant Green. His team, mwah, his team was godly, bro. I like his relationship with Jotaro. I felt the connection between two of them like two bros because they are students and they can kind of relate to each other. It was so good, man. I really liked him. He didn't get too many big moments. The stuff with Baby, that was handled thanks to Kakyoin, and he was the smart one making the rational decisions. He got blinded, so he missed good chunk of the episodes. It's probably biased, but I have to keep him this high up, guys. I like Kakyoin. Polnareff. Here we go, bro. I like Polnareff as well. This is rough. This is rough. Because I feel like he was really stubborn, but he has a heart, man. He is wearing his heart on his sleeve, bro, and I really like Polnareff as well. As a matter of fact, I will put him here at high rank A as well. But now when I see Zeppeli and Speedwagon, I will stick to this. I will stick to this, actually. This is looking fine, I think, so far. Like, Polnareff had his own side story with the sister as well. He also encountered Dio, and some people were even saying that it's Polnareff's bizarre adventure because of how many troublesome situations he ended up in. And I really think so, that's the case. He was really funny as well. He's one of the survivors of Stardust Crusaders, and I really like him as well, but I will keep him in A tier here. Iggy. What can I say about Iggy? Iggy was kinda just like a regular dog. Goofy, funny dog, farting on Polnareff's face. Like nothing special, man. In fact, he was the prick. Most of the time, he didn't give a shit to help us. But the last arc, man, of his fight against the bird, and when he became determined when they were walking towards Dio's castle, and his fight against Vanilla Ice, saving Polnareff, man, it certainly helped Iggy to at least deserve A tier from me, bro. At least that. I will put him here. Oh, that right. I was about to say Kira's dead. What the fuck? But this is actually the dude from the plane. Like, fuck this guy. He was, if I remember, killing a lot of people as well. I will put him here. This guy I didn't like as well. He was so damn annoying. He got outsmarted by Jotaro. Jotaro made a fool out of him. His stand was also shit. I mean, it was a water stand, so he only could fight with full power in water, but yeah. Oh, now we have part 4 Jotaro. Yeah, I forgot that I'm ranking the same characters but from different parts. How would I rank part 4 Jotaro? You could really feel Jotaro's growth as a person in part 4 and how much wiser he became. But I feel like I don't want to put... Like I have to decide which one will be in S, and I stick to part 3 Jotaro in S. Part 4 Jotaro will be at A tier. Okay, next up is Yukako, who was really creepy at the beginning, but later on when she ended up with Koichi, it was actually kinda wholesome. I will put her in B tier. Probably here. Okay, why not? Tonio, what a guy, bro. The guy who can literally cure every disease you have, and by making you eat absolutely amazing food. Tonio is great, man, but we didn't get to see much of him. And I feel like it would be unfair if I place him at A tier. But it is my list. I shouldn't care about that, but I don't know. I will put him on the top of B tier. Akira, amazing character design, kinda annoying. B tier for Akira. The fact that he was present in so many episodes, at least his stand was presented as some sort of... I even thought at one point that he might be the main bad of this part, but in reality, his final battle was... Was it underwhelming? It wasn't underwhelming. He was trying to get Joseph, but he will be in C, okay. Old Joseph will probably go into the top of B tier, probably. We have 3 Josephs here, and the older he is, the lower the tier he is, but he didn't really do much in B tier, even though I really like him holding hands with Josuke, and that episode when he literally slit his wrist in order to give water to Color to show Josuke how he rolls. That was really nice, but other than that, let's be real, he didn't get to do much, so I think top of B tier is good. The baby, what the fuck? Why do I have to rank the baby, boy? Poor baby. Baby got a stand and got separated from its mother. Like, what is the most neutral tier? I guess B tier, whatever. Oh, Kishiberu Rohan. I mean, what can I tell you about the character that has his own separate OVAs, bro? Like, Rohan is fantastic character, bro. Like, I will place him here for now. Rohan is so good. Like, the moment I saw his character design, I knew it that he will be an interesting character. And when he started reading Koichi's and Hazamada's memories, that was hilarious, man. And when he licked the spider, I knew that he was a JoJo character, all right. I was always so intrigued by him, but I didn't broke with him immediately. Even after we beat him, I was like, okay, that was nothing special. Those episodes were enjoyable, but I saw better. But the fact that we later on became close to him, and his story with Sugimoto Reimi, that sold me off on his character, man. And especially later with that Janken kid and his and Josuke's relationship, his personality, the way he dealt with that stand on his back. I was looking forward to every scene with Rohan. So yeah, Rohan became honestly one of my all-time favorite JoJo characters. He is fantastic. Raimi was okay as well. Raimi was okay. She deserves to be at A, somewhere around here. Oh, I thought it was Kira, but this is actually Cinderella. I mean, what can I say about her? She had an unfortunate death. I will place her at B tier. Oh my god, I hated this guy, bro. I freaking hate this guy. He's somewhere around here, honestly. Disgusting guy, bro. The fact that he was creating all those stand users as well, bro. Not much people rocked with him. Now, there is my boy Josuke. I remember after part 4 that I said that Josuke is my favorite JoJo. But after kind of rewatching the series through other reaction channels and everything, I realized that he's in fact not my favorite JoJo character. I really like Josuke. He's just a classic kid man having fun with his friends. I don't think I can put Josuke at S tier. I will put him into the A tier. I will place him at the top of A tier. He had that stuff with his hairstyle when people insulted. The fact that he is Joseph's son was really a nice twist as well, but when it comes to Josuke's character, I mean, part 4 was stacked with many great characters, and he didn't even get, I mean, technically he led to, his fight with Kira led to Kira's downfall, but Jotaro was the one who dealt finishing blow, but it really felt like he was just a high school kid, man. And the stuff with money, when Joseph spent his money and when he gambled with Rohan, his theme was amazing and stand as well, but I don't think he's S tier for me. Okay, next up we have the Junken Kid. He was so damn annoying, bro. It was so funny when Rohan just smacked him in the face, bro. And to be fair, they did play the most epic rock, paper, scissors when they were jumping and flying like it's some sort of battle shonen, bro, but I didn't really like that kid so much, so I will place him probably here. Bottom of C, somewhere like that. Oh, Mikitaka, the alien. Is he an alien or stand user? To this day, we don't know. Did Araki even reveal that ever? I doubt. I think that he's playing with that purposely, that he won't ever reveal whether he was really an alien or a stand user. But I really liked him. I liked him. Is he worthy of A tier? I mean, why the heck not? If I placed Whole Horse and Duel, I will place Mikitaka here as well. Yuya, my boy Yuya, started off as a bad guy as well. Josuke, I remember Josuke healing him and then beating the shit out of him again. He did have that really creepy stand, that sucking nutrients, but he was okay. He was somewhere around here probably. This guy don't really care. This guy as well. I mean, poor guy, bro. He got bodied by that stand. I mean, technically, you can say that Rohan is also kind of responsible for his death, but yeah, whatever. Enigma, also the stand user, was kinda underwhelming, even though the stand was very creative. I will put him into the C tier as well. Hayato's mom. She's worthy of B tier at least. Hayato is A tier easily. He was a really intelligent kid. I wasn't expecting him to become such an important character. I really enjoyed his deductions of things that are going on, even though it's kind of fucked up to spy on his parents, but it came in handy at the end, bro. It's because of him that we managed to defeat Kira. And speaking of Kira, Kira is without a doubt an S tier character. Kira was such an amazing villain. He had perfect OST. His creepy speech about him wanting to live a normal life. He's basically a serial killer, killing women, dating their hands. He was such a psycho, and I guess that's the part of what makes him such a great villain. He was also extremely smart, and the fact that he had those transformations as well, the upgrades to his stand, I think that they nailed it with Kira. Honestly, I think as a villain, I might put him even in front of Dio. I will dare to do that. Okuyasu. Probably not everyone's favorite. I personally like Tokuyasu and he's for me A tier for sure. I will put him here next to Jonathan. Okuyasu is such a nice dude. I was always laughing when he says some dumb shit and when he insults others. That was hilarious. He had such a crazy powerful stand that we didn't get to see much of. He isn't really the smartest dude, so he couldn't use his stand to the fullest potential, but I like Tokuyasu. Koichi, oof. Koichi is A tier, that's for sure. But did I like him better than these characters? I think Koichi will be here. I did like him more, I think, than the rest of these other characters in A tier. Koichi was nice. Josuke's mom, she's B tier. Angelo, fuck no, bro. Fuck no. Here, Okuyasu's brother kinda had some redemption for what he did, but also was kinda prick. It was pretty sad when he died, and he protected Okuyasu. I will place him at top of C. Kobayashi. What should I do with you, Kobayashi? C probably as well. Probably on top of C, to be honest. He did kind of redeem himself and made some appearances later on. I feel like these two should be together, bro. Hazamada and him. Oh my god, we are diving into part 5 right now. Oof. Giorno Giovanna. The man with a dream. My boy Giorno, one of my favorite JoJo characters. Is he my favorite though? Is he better than Joseph in my eyes? This might be surprising, but I will put him in front of Jotaro. There is something about Giorno that I really like. Maybe it's the fact that he's son of Dio, but son of Jonathan at the same time as well. And his calm demeanor, man. When they mentioned that there is this like serene feeling around him, they were right. I don't know how else to describe it, but I like how calm and calculated he was. I think that when it comes to showing intelligence during the battles, Giorno takes the cake. Absolutely. I think Jolin is probably close, but I think Giorno did it on more occasions, bro. The fight against that baby face, the stuff he was able to think of was insane. The stuff with Illuso, Man in the Mirror, and him creating that brick and taking out the poison with the snake, that was unbelievable, bro. His resolve as well when he proved himself to Abakio, when he was fighting together with Mista against Gyako, the fact that he was able to awaken Gold Experience Requiem, man, I don't know, man. His backstory, his upbringing as well, the fact that he stopped crying as a 2-year-old because he thought it was pointless. Her mom left him, so it's like he became a bit emotionless after his childhood, and his connection to that gangster and everything, man. I don't know if those things are enough to portray my love for Giorno's character, but I simply love Giorno, man. Even though Joseph was probably smarter, I don't think anyone is smarter than Joseph, to be honest, because he was able to make an absolute fool out of Cars, who was ultimate life form. And I remember that chart when they showed all the Cars' new abilities. They stated that he has IQ of 400, and Joseph was able to make a clown out of him when he jumped from the plane and he left that doll with the parachute, man. That was hilarious. So it goes to show you that Joseph outsmarted someone with IQ of 400. I still think that Joseph is the smartest character in all the parts, man. Young Joseph, that is. Okay, next up we have... it's interesting that we have this guy, but we don't have the other guy, Zucchero, right? I think we are missing some characters, but what can you do? This guy, probably C tier. Somewhere. He was better than these guys, that's for sure. I will place him here. I think he deserves this spot. Formaggio was a little bit better, but also nothing special. Probably around here. Illuso, same. Probably even worse. And now we are dealing with some better villains from part 5. Some better members of the Hitman team. The bros, Prosciutto and Pesci. Pesci's character development throughout those 2 episodes only was insane. And I kid you not, I think that I will place Pesci at high B. Somewhere around here, honestly. And Prosciutto, for his resolve and for him motivating his brother while he was dying, that was kind of touching. Yeah, I will put him at B as well. Melone hated his guts, hated his stand, hated everything about him, but his character design was cool, so I will place him at the bottom of rank C. Giaco, oh my god. Don't you say Venice near him. You should say Venezia. I don't know, man. The fact that he was so upset and... He's above C tier. I think I will place him at B tier as well. I'm sorry if I'm kinda speed running these picks right now. I honestly didn't know it would take me so much to rank all these characters. I would like to talk about each and every one of them more, but I think I'm not ready to make the video with that length. I'm sorry, guys. This is Squalo, right? Or yeah, I think it's Squalo. The other guy is Tiziano. I mean, what can I say about them? They weren't so scummy like these guys, so I will put them in B tier, both of them. Risotto Nero, one of my favorite JoJo villains from Hitman Squad. Risotto Nero is going easily next to part 1 Dio, bro. His fight against Doppio was amazing, bro. His character design, his stand Metallica, so dope. It's so good. Now we have Bruno Bucciarati, another one of my favorite characters from all parts. Bruno Bucciarati. What can I say about this guy? All the backstories of the gang members, man, meeting Bucciarati. Bucciarati is the guy who sees good in people and who is willing to help everyone. Like, what can I tell you about the guy, about the kid when his parents were divorcing, they were parting ways and he had to choose life with his mom in town, in probably more luxury, on staying with his dad. And to think that a kid can have that thought process, he stayed with his dad because he knows that his mom is very smart and that she will manage on her own, that she can survive by herself. And he was worried for his dad, and he stayed behind to help his dad, man. Like that thought process, he was like, what, 10 years or something? That's insane. And he helped everyone, liked him from the neighborhood. He was helping everyone. He was impressed by Fugo's intelligence, so he asked him to join the crew. He sensed that Mista was acting in self-defense when he killed those guys who were raping the girl. He helped Abakio because he knew that Abakio genuinely regret what he did, and he was there to help him stand up on his feet again. He was even telling Naranja not to join organization because he believed that he has a chance of living a normal life. But Naranja still ended up joining, man. Bruno is fantastic character. His interaction with Giorno and the fact that he also wanted to stop the drug deals, obviously because of what happened to his father. One of the goated characters, man. I really like Brucerati. Oh, this is the guy, Notorious B.I.G. stand user. Like, what the fuck is? Let's place him here. At least he had resolved to die for for his organization. Chocolata, oh my god. Oof. Actually, one of the most disgusting villains, bro. But because of that, he was so intriguing as well, right? And the fact that he murdered so many people with his fucking mold. He is D tier for sure, but at least I will give him the top spot. Seko is, why not, right next to him. Part 5, Polnareff was kinda clutch. I did say that I don't want to put the same characters in the same tier, but I think that part 5, Polnareff, is definitely A tier. I'll put him next to the part 3 Polnareff. Next up we have Doppio. Doppio was interesting character just because of split personality, right? Of two people inside of one. He was one of the most intriguing characters. It's kinda hard to rank him without Diavolo, if that makes sense. So Diavolo as a villain is probably one of my least favorite villains, but I liked the ending of part 5 because how different it was, and it was the first time that Araki was writing so good that he decided to make such a unique ending and not spell out everything for his readers and the viewers, and that you actually have to give it a little bit of thought for what he meant by all the fate stuff. And I think he portrayed that with Rolling Stones really well. I think that definitely Doppio and Diavolo need to be right next to each other, somewhere around here probably, like this. Abakio, Abakio, I really like Abakio, but where would I place him? Probably at the bottom A tier. He's the one with the least amount of action, I think, out of all the gang members, but his stand was so clutch and it wasn't really meant for fights. He did his job, he figured out boss's identity. Thanks to him we managed to learn how he looks like. Abakio's backstory, and that was beautiful. I really like how they did his death scene with his partner talking to him. So emotional, man, I will never forget that. So I will place Abakio in A tier. Honestly, Mista as well. But Mista will be higher for me. Mista will be... I think here. I really like how goofy Mista is, but also his fights, he was getting shot so many times. He had so many near-death experiences, man. He went through a lot and he survived in the end. He was rolling with Bucciarati. He really respected Bucciarati. You can tell by that episode with Rolling Stones when he saved Bucciarati's life by breaking that stone, which eventually led to certain events. But of course, Mista did not know that because if they let Bucciarati touch the stone, he would die there and they wouldn't meet Giorno and there wouldn't be no betrayal and stuff. That shouldn't be tied to Mista's character, right? In fact, what we should say about that whole episode is how much Mista loves Bucciarati and respects him. I don't know what to say about Hugo, man. I don't want to say wasted potential. Really smart guy. His relationship with Naranja was amazing. He acted intelligently, you can say. Like, I like that the most intelligent guy decided not to go with Bucciarati and not betray organization. It kind of makes sense. But I don't think I will put him at A tier with the rest of the gang. I will put him at the top of B tier. Naranja, even though he wasn't the youngest in the group, it certainly felt that way and everyone treated him that. He was such a good boy, bro. I was so sad when he died. I still think that was one of the least necessary deaths, but he was our scout. He was scouting the area, so I guess it makes sense why would Diavolo take him out, man, but it was just so sad. He's A tier for sure as well. I'll put him right next to Mista. Trish deserves A tier as well. I mean, she was very important for the plot as well. She was the daughter of Boss. We didn't get to see much of her stand, which is really surprising now that I think about it. At first I thought that she will have like some sort of ultimate counter for her dad's stand, but her stand is able to make things soft. But yeah, when it comes to her being in action and using her stand, we didn't get to see much of it. But she was a nice character. She also changed, developed quite a lot throughout the series, and I think she deserves A tier. Leaky Eye Luca is probably bottom C. Polpo, quite an interesting, ominous fellow, top of C. Jolene. Jolene is also one of my favorite judges. Now, this is one of the hardest things to decide. I can't, guys. Like, consider these first four characters that they're all on the same level for me. I can't separate them, bro. But something was telling me to put Jolene higher. I don't know. Her growth throughout part 6 was amazing, bro. She changed a lot and she figured out what's the deal with her father and why didn't he love her. I mean, he did love her, but she saw his memories and she realized that he was actually always trying to protect her. Bro, she is also the main character that showed weakness, and I really like that. In that episode when she was really scared and was placing her hand on Anasui, thinking about whether she should chase Pucci or wait for Jotaro. She was also so strong as well, man. Like, she was so brave, and her intellect is, I think, on the same level as Giorno. Maybe not quite on the same, but they're all up there. Like, I think that Joseph, Jolene, and Giorno are legit the smartest characters. She is badass, man. What can I say? And she is also the unfortunate main character that experienced death. Even though you can argue that because the universe went back, that her soul survived and that she didn't actually die, and she led life without the curse of Joestar, without having natural enemies, right? And hence why she wasn't named Jolene anymore and she was named Irene, because there is no more judges, there is no more reason to fight. So it makes sense But technically, Jolin also died, bro. And part 6 had one of the best endings. Part 6 probably had the best ending out of all judges. I don't know, I will leave Jolin here. Jongali A. Jongali A. Probably C tier. Like somewhere around here. Mew Mew. Didn't like her that much. I think C tier as well. Her stand, though, so fucking dope and creative. This is the stand user of Marilyn Manson. Didn't really rock with her that much, to be honest. It's probably around here somewhere. McQueen, bro. Yikes. His suicidal tendencies. That episode was very fun to me, bro. The fact that he was so unlucky that he shot accidentally a person who was falling down from I don't know which floor. Such an unlucky guy, bro. I think he's B tier. And Pucci was using him and saying how he is the purest evil there is. Oh, I hated this guy. He killed Hermes' sister. I can't stand this guy, bro. I will place him in D tier easily. Dolce Gabbana, kinda forgettable. His stand was alright, but fuck him, honestly. Oh my god. I thought that J. Gale will be the last, but I fucking hate this guy. I can't stand the Dragon Dream or whatever Feng Shui compass dragon fucking gold man that was bouncing with the springy bones thanks to Anasui's stand. That scene was so gory, man. And the fact that he is placing his hands and feet in people's mouth and drowning them. What the fuck? That was one of Araki's weirdest stand battles, bro. I can't stand this guy. He honestly will be right next to J. Gale. I really like the fight with this guy. He's jumping jack, right? But the fact that he had those random shoes tied up to him and he looks exactly like Seko, bro. I mean, the color and the way he's moving around and stuff. But I will place him at C tier at least. Somewhere out here. Ungalo trash. His stand so dope though. Versus was interesting. I will put Versus in B, in fact. Around here. Because he had those asshole traits of Dio. I like how he rebelled against Pucci. Also, his backstory was fucked. Part 6 Jotaro. Part 6 Jotaro didn't have much more impact than Part 4 Jotaro. But he still deserves to be up there. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Rikiel, a really cool character. In only one episode, he managed. It's rare. It's so rare for one episode to have such a good character, man. I will place him probably around here in B tier. The Green Baby. Yo. Who cares about the Green Baby, bro? It served its purpose by fusing with Pucci, but if I have to rank separately Green Baby, like what the hell? Let's put it here. Pucci. Oh boy. Enrico Pucci. Is Pucci an S tier character? The guy who knew that he can't beat Jotaro in 1v1, so he fought him smartly. So he had brilliant plans both times when he stole his discs and when he killed him and Jolin. Such a smart stand user Pucci was. He did some miscalculations. He found himself in quite a few sticky situations, but he always managed to get out. Extremely smart villain. He managed to attain the heaven briefly, but also not really, because he didn't do a full circle, right? of Universe Reset. He didn't reach Cape Canaveral because he wanted to get rid of Emporio. And I guess not killing Weather Report that day when they fought costed him his life, man. Because Weather Report stand came in clutch and Emporio defeated him thanks to this stand. Does Pucci deserves S, man? I can say that he was like other JoJo villains, that he had that goofiness to him like others. I think I can place Pucci in S. Yeah, why not? I will place Pucci right next to his buddy Dia. Hermes, of course, this is extreme bias, guys. Hermes is A tier for me. I fucking love Hermes. She's so funny and I like the way she quickly got adapted to her stand powers. I will place Hermes probably here. When it comes to Emporio, I also love Emporio so much, man. So much that he deserves to be at top A echelon for sure. I think he deserves to be in front of Jotaro even from part 6. I'm sorry, I have to place Emporio high. I really like Emporio and he was the boy who defeated Pucci after all, man. And he was present all the time. And he was coming in clutch so many times. And so intelligent. Only by living his life in prison and reading books. He was so knowledgeable. He was riding all the vehicles. He was using computer. Such a smart little fellow, bro. He was so clutch. He's the MVP of part 6. Anasui also. I mean, this might be even recency bias, bro. I like all these characters. Anasui, okay, I will place him next to the pink gang. Anasui, his doppelganger, Diavolo and Doppio. Let me put Trish here real quick as well. And Sugimoto Reimi, now that I'm at it. Weather Report. Oh man, now that I think about it, part 6 had so many good characters, bro. I will place Weather here. I know that many people didn't even find her that emotional, that her character wasn't really that interesting. Like, can I even say something to that? I can't even argue with them. FF wasn't really the clutchest character, but something about her, man, she was so happy-go-lucky. She was naturally so goofy, man. And the conversation about human emotions and intellect with Jolene and her death, dying with those memories as a human and connections she formed for such a short time is something that really got to me, and for that I will place her at A tier. Romeo, I mean, he kinda redeemed himself, so does he deserve B tier? But he also shouldn't have done something so horrible to Jolene at first place, so let's put him at C tier. Like somewhere around here. Like this. Okay, and last we have Gves, who is surprisingly not that interesting of a character. I was certain that we will see more of Gves after her introduction, that she will become our, like, Joe Sis, right? Our buddy. But nah, she kinda fell off, not gonna lie, so I will place Gves at C tier probably. I didn't really care for her that much. So yeah, this is it. This is my tier list when it comes to JoJo characters. I hope that you guys enjoyed my picks. Probably not, but yeah, let me know what are your favorite characters. Next up, we are going to rank stands, so look forward to that. Alright guys, now it's time to rank the stands. Now this should be really interesting as well, of course. I don't really know. I will probably rank them by strength, how creative their abilities are, design. I'm not quite sure myself how I felt about them during the episodes. We will see how useful they are. We will see. It should be interesting. I hope that all the stands are here from part 3 to part 6, of course. We are starting off with Invisible Baby, Achtung Baby. Bro, now that I really think about it, that stand is not that bad, but it was only because it's baby, right? What can baby do? But imagine if there is actually a strong guy using this invisible stand, and it can turn other objects and creatures invisible as well. So, not gonna lie, I don't feel like putting this stand below B tier. I will put it in B for now. Aerosmith, man. I love Aerosmith. A little plane that can shoot bullets, drop bombs, can sense people's breathing. Not only people, all the creatures. He can sense the breathing, and Naranja used it quite well. I think that whenever he fought, I was impressed by how he was using Aerosmith, and overall design is kinda cool. I like how Naranja, whenever he finishes the battle, he summons it back on his back, like he poses like this. He makes like a landing spot for the plane. But yeah, when it comes to stand, this might be biased, but I will put it into A tier for now. We will see. Aqua necklace, yo, that's Angelo's stand. I forgot about that, bro. And this stand is low-key a pretty good stand. I think I will put it into the A tier. Especially for, let's say, assassinations. Like, all your opponent needs to do is to drink a little bit of water. And your stand is in it and you just kill person from inside. It's a very dangerous stand. Design is creepy and everything. It's not bad. But I think I will put it into A tier. It's pretty cool stand. Even though I despise Angelo. Oh my god! Hell no. Atom Heart Father, bro. This is first D tier for sure. What the fuck, man? To live as a ghost in photograph? Hell no, bro. I fucking hate that stand. Atom. Oh, this is TD. This is Terence Darby, right? This is the gamer brother. His stand was soul reading, right? Yes, yes, yes. I guess it's very useful when it comes to combat. Not really. That's why he had to play those games and everything, relying to stealing souls just like his brother. I wasn't that impressed by this stand. I mean, those episodes were fun and the concept is cool, but I will place it into the C tier. Babyface, hell no, bro. D tier as well. You need DNA, the blood sample of a person, and you find another person to create baby. I don't know if it necessarily has to be woman. Melone did kill that poor woman and he used her before that to create. It was so fucking creepy, bro. I don't really like that stand. I don't think I should be explaining what happened. You all know. Bad Company is a stand I really like. I really like how creative it is. It's literally a miniature army with mini helis, guns, tanks. I have to place Bad Company at A tier at least, man. Busted. Oh, that's Mariah, right? I don't really know about this one. But it deserves C at least. It's not... I mean, magnetism when you touch electrical outlet, man. It's very specific. very annoying ability to deal with, but I don't despise it as these two in D tier. So let's place it at C for now. Beach Boy. How do I feel about the Beach Boy? It's a fishing rod, isn't it? It's just a fishing rod, but it can go through creatures and objects, of course. Pesci was a good user of that stand, especially after he awakened, so... But it's kinda lame at the same time. It will be on top of C tier for now. Oh, this is Bites the Dust. Wait, do we have... I don't know if we have a Killer Queen. There it is. Killer Queen is a separate stand. Because Killer Queen would be S, but I guess Bites the Dust can go into S as well. You know what I was wondering about Bites the Dust ability? Isn't that a Requiem? Killer Queen and Kira got stabbed with an arrow one more time, and he gained this ability, Bites the Dust. So the Requiem abilities are like acting on deepest desires of their masters, right? So Chariot was protecting the arrow, Giorno gained the ability to make everything to 0, to cancel out Diavolos ability, and Bites the Dust protected Kira, protected his identity. Whoever learns about him gets killed. So it makes sense that you could consider Bites the Dust Requiem as well, but I don't think arrow was the same. I think it was a different arrow. I won't waste too much time on this, I'm sorry guys, I'm just wondering. I think it deserves S because of that incredible ability. Whoever tries to uncover your identity, that person will die, but I guess you need to plant your stand into someone. It's very complicated. I remember those episodes being very confusing, and Kira wasn't aware what was happening as well. So he needed to be aware, he had to witness Rohan's death and death of everyone else. And then he would cancel the ability and everyone would remain dead. But because Hayato outsmarted him with the cat, the stray cat, he needed to protect himself. Killer Queen was back to Kira, and so Rohan survived, and I guess the rest is history. But yeah, I think it's worthy of S tier for sure. Black Sabbath is such a cool name, and the design is not bad either, but I don't really think this stand is anything special. It's kinda lame, not gonna lie. It can even be in the sun, right? Only in the shadows. And without that arrow, like, what the hell would this stand be capable of, man? The main thing was because it had arrow, but I think it's an arrow legit placed in this stand's mouth. It's not the part of ability of Black Sabbath, if I'm remembering correctly. So, top of C tier. Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. I really like this ability. It's so creative. It was so fun to see all the characters and people from the past, the famous artists and everything coming back to life. This is a really creative stand. So basically, if you read that story or you know about the person that came to life, you can end up, your soul will get absorbed in that story, and if you're the character who died, you are going to die. It's an invincible stand, as they stated, so we needed to use Bohemian Rhapsody itself to overcome this ability. It's pretty OP, and I think it deserves A tier probably. I will place it here. Boy to Man. Man, what the hell? That was That was a lame ability, kinda, right? Wasn't it taking like pieces of Rohan arm, leg, and whatnot with that boy playing rock, paper, scissors? It's a really, really forgettable stand. It's C tier. Burning down the house. This is Emporio's ability. Creating the ghost objects. Cool concept. Not really good when it comes to fighting. I will place it in B for now. Sea Moon. Sea Moon was a dope stand. Sea Moon deserves at least A. Maybe even S. I don't know. But A for sure. The ability to invert people from inside out thanks to gravity was nasty, bro. It's such a powerful stand. Even though it was an incomplete version of Made in Heaven, right? Sea Moon was still pretty powerful stand. It's the fusion of White Snake and Green Baby. Next we have Chariot Requiem. Now this stand is crazy, man. I think that Chariot Requiem deserves S tier as well. Like the way everyone switched their bodies and the way that people started evolving into the creatures that existed millions of years before on Earth, it was really, really nasty, man. And it's such a powerful ability, bro. I mean, Requiem stands are something else. We didn't get to see much of them, but I think what we saw, they are S-worthy for sure. Cheap Trick. This is the independent stand, right? That attached itself to Rohan. I mean, pretty annoying to deal with, man. He gave Rohan such a hard time. It was rough. It deserves B tier. I think it does. And Cinderella, again, this one is not good when it comes to fights, but the ability to change faces and everything, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I will place it into C tier. Clash. Okay, this is basically the piranha or shark that is able to teleport from place to place, from liquid to liquid to be precise. I think it was alright, probably bottom B tier. Crazy Diamond. Crazy Diamond is amazing stand, man. Crazy Diamond, in terms of raw power, was really close to Star Platinum as well. We saw that at the beginning of part 4, when he measured his strength against Jotaro. And on top of that, it has amazing ability to heal everything and to restore all the objects, basically everything that is not the user himself. So Crazy Diamond is without a doubt an S tier stand. Cream. Oh boy. We had Crazy Diamond who can restore everything, and we now have Cream who can destroy everything, man. I don't know if this might be a surprise to you guys, but I think I will legit place Cream at S tier as well. This stand brought us JoJo fans so much pain, bro, and I really hate that fact. I was really destroyed after those episodes, but I have to admit that Cream's stand is so powerful and dangerous, man. It's basically disintegrating everything in its path. It's so OP, man. It has to be an S tier from me, in my opinion. And now we have Dark Blue Moon, which is a stand that I didn't like. And it's only powerful in water, and it still got rolled by Jotaro in water. So it's a pretty lame stand. Let's put it somewhere like this in C tier. Death 13. Oh, I like the concept of this one. It's really creative. It's basically Freddy Krueger, but it was so fun, man. Like the fact that when you fall asleep and this stand activates, you cannot summon your own stand inside of Dream, but you can die. It's a pretty OP ability. So I think it deserves A tier at least. Diver Down. On surface level, pretty simple stand, but the way Anasui was using it kinda elevated my opinion about this stand. And in last fight, when he used Diver Down to go through everyone to protect them, and when he created Weather Report's leg, and he was using this stand in really creative ways, man. So because of that, I will place Diver Down into A tier as well. Next up is Dragon's Dream. Oh my god, not this one, man, not this one. I mean, at least I can appreciate the stand a bit more than the stand user, because the idea, the concept of Feng Shui and finding the perfect angle to strike opponent with 100% like guarantee to hit and stuff, the concept is really cool. So unlike stand user, I can place this stand at least into C tier, on top of C. Earth, Wind and Fire, was it Mikitaka? Okay, so they're assuming that he's a stand user, whoever made this tier list and chose all these stands. But we don't really know, is he a stand user or actually an alien? Let's say that he is a stand user, so he can turn into anything as long as it doesn't overpower his own strength, right? He cannot turn into Nuke or something that is stronger than him. So that's pretty nice limitation. It's very creative, like the way he was being used as a dice, that was funny. I don't really know where should I place him. Probably B tier, somewhere like here. Next up we have Ebony Devil. Yo, this is the Chucky doll, right? I mean, I don't like this stand because of the fact how it works, based on grudge, right? And the pain you had to endure and injuries you suffered. The more pain you suffered, the more stronger the grudge will be, and the stand will appear, I guess. So I don't really know, man. Probably C tier. Echoes. Oh my god. Or should I say SHIT? I really like Echoes, man. Okay, master, let's kill the whole beach. That is so hilarious. I couldn't believe that they included something like that, bro. Echoes is design-wise really cool. I like how he's small and how he has his own personality. Act 3 freeze, like, was it 5-meter radius or 2-meter? I think it was 5-meter for his gravity attack. Echoes is certainly A tier for me. High A for sure. Emperor. Oh, whole horse. That's basically a gun, bro. Honestly, not too impressed with Emperor's stand, man. I think that Mista has a way better stand when it comes to guns. He can change the direction with his pistols, but I mean, Emperor could also change the direction of his bullet, right? But I don't know, man. I will place it into C tier. Empress. This stand was so fucking random, bro. It's basically like a pimple on your body that grows up and starts beating the shit out of you. That episode was hilarious with Joseph, man. It's definitely C tier. I can't give this stand anything better. Is it better than Emperor and Dragon's Dream? Hell no. But it is better than the rest of these, I think. Enigma. Enigma was such a nice stand, bro. Enigma is really underrated stand. That guy basically had Koichi and Josuke's mom and almost Josuke as well killed. He trapped them inside of that paper. He can like fold people into paper. So it was basically almost over, but Yuya came in clutch with his highway star stand, bro. Enigma is probably top of B tier. I really like Enigma. Father Nijimura's. What? The way he looks, is that like his stand? Or it was because he was Dio's minion? Whatever, man. It's D tier. I don't really care about it. Foo Fighters is next up. How do I feel about Foo Fighters? When it comes to fighting, it also depends on terrain. In water, it shines the most. But the fact that it can transform into literally thousands of those little planktons, it's kinda hard to finish off this stand, right? I don't know. For now I will place Foo Fighters in B tier, somewhere like this. Geb or Jeb. This is Endul's stand, which I really like personally. It's so deadly, man. The way he was killing those people with this water stand was really creepy. Even Blyden Kakyoin, right? He was a really, really troublesome fellow, and I like his stand. I think, is it A tier worthy? I don't know. But I guess I can place him at the bottom of A tier, why not? Oh my god. Gold Experience Requiem is going into the S tier without a doubt. The power, design, ability, everything is on point. I don't think I need to talk about it too much. Gold Experience Requiem and Gold Experience both deserve S tier easily. Gold Experience creates life. He can replace any organ in your body. He even had that ability that was not used often. You know how when someone attacked Giorno, the attack like bounces off and goes back to the attacker. It's basically like a counter. You attack Giorno and the attack goes right back to you. And the design as well, I think Gold Experience and Gold Experience Requiem are probably the easiest S tier picks, man. Goo Goo Dolls. To be fair, Goo Goo Dolls has a really cool ability. He can make you shrink, and I think that Goo Goo Dolls is a better version of Little Feet, right? Because Little Feet progressively shrinks you, while Goo Goo Dolls can do it instantly. So I think it's just a better version of Little Feet. I mean, if you fight Gves and she manages to shrink you, it's basically over. What can you do, man? I will probably place it at B tier behind Enigma. Okay, Green Day. No matter how much I dislike Chocolata and Seko as characters, I mean, as characters they were pretty fun and entertaining to watch because how disgusting they were. But Green Day is honestly such an OP stand, bro. It killed so many people, bro. It's so dangerous. You can't go down when Chocolata uses his stand, and that mold. Green Day is for sure rank A stand. Probably somewhere right here. Next up is Green. Oh, this is from Green Baby. Okay, so this one also shrinks people, but if you go after Green Baby, you get smaller and smaller. But I guess this is dangerous because you can get reduced to nothing, to zero literally, you can disappear. So does that make it a better stand than Goo Goo Dolls? I will place it into B tier as well, right next to Goo Goo Dolls. Next up we have Hanged Man. Hanged Man is basically Clash, but instead of water it's using reflective objects, which are more present around us than water. I mean, depends where you live, but Hanged Man might be a better version of Clash stand, right? So I will place it into B tier like this. Harvest. I like Shigechi, man. Harvest was not that great of a stand. It was kinda cute and fitting for Shigechi, collecting the coins and everything. There is bunch of them, but when it comes to fighting and overall design and uses of this stand, it's honestly probably a C tier stand. I'm sorry, maybe that's brutal, but my list will be full of inconsistencies. I think that's pretty obvious. I don't have time simply to analyze every possible outcome of any of these stands fighting, even though that would be interesting, but everything here is subjective, so I'm sorry if you think that Harvest deserves higher than C. Heaven's Door, on the other hand, is at least A tier stand for me. Maybe even S, but there were a few instances where Rohan was not able to do anything even with Heaven's Door. If Rohan manages to write whatever he wants inside of you, you basically can do a shit, man. I think it's fair to place Heaven's Door at A tier. It's gonna be top of A tier. Hermit Purple, man, I really like Joseph. I really do, but they did him dirty with this stand. I mean, I guess it kinda makes sense, like the flower and the vines. His daughter also awakened a similar stand. Maybe that can be tied to Jonathan as well, because Jonathan was able to make the flowers bloom with his hamon and everything. And the fact that he had to destroy camera every single time to use it, man. It's probably C tier. Okay, like this, I think it's fine. Hierophant Green, my boy Kakyoin stand. It's a really nice design. I personally really like Hierophant Green, and the way Kakyoin was using it with those barriers, and he can do invincible attack, guys. Emerald Splash. Nobody can deflect Emerald Splash. Don't forget that. So Hierophant Green, with probably good amount of bias, is going into the A tier here. High Priestess. What the fuck was that stand? It was able to merge, right, with minerals, if I remember correctly. Probably better than these C tier stands, to be honest. Yeah, why the heck not? Bottom B tier. Highway Star? Sucking out nutrients. Very sassy stand. And those freaking feet chasing Josuke, bro. I can't forget some of JoJo's scenes ever, bro. Probably B tier as well. Here, I think, is fine. Highway to Hell. Oh, this is McQueen, right? Man, not a huge fan of this stand. I mean, it can only work well with someone with suicidal tendencies. It's a really brutal stand. I'm not a huge fan. It goes to D tier. Oh, I was talking about Holy Stand a few moments ago. I mean, realistically, man, it's D tier as well. There isn't anything much to say about that stand. We were barely able to see it anyway. Horus, oh, this one is interesting. Because realistically, Horus is a really powerful stand. You remember how he destroyed that car and that dude, the beggar dude, with that giant chunk of ice, man. Horus is a pretty powerful stand. I will place it at top of B tier. Jailhouse Lock. I personally love this ability so much. It's A tier for sure. And I will probably place it here. Such a cool and unique stand, man. Like the fact that you can only remember 3 new things. I guess it erases your memory from past like hours or days, and you can learn up to 3 new information. Once you learn teleport, it resets and you need to learn again. Such a powerful stand that we were able to overcome barely thanks to Emporio and his intelligence, but I really like this stand. It's really cool. Judgment? Judgment is kinda meh. I mean, it can grant wishes, it can bring people back to life, but not really. It's using the earth to make the clones of them. I'm not a huge fan. I am simply not. It's probably C tier for me. Jumping Jack, it was okay. Jumping Jack is B tier. Justice? Justice was very underwhelming. It was, it's Enya's stand, right? It was very underwhelming. Like the fact that she needed to put those holes through people and the Justice appears and goes through those holes, and it was really kinda lame, but I wasn't a huge fan of this stand as well, but I guess it can go here at the top of C tier. Gnome, Oingo, right? I mean, the ability to transform your face. I don't know, man, but because that episode was hilarious as fuck, I can place it into bottom B tier at least. Killer Queen. Bro, one of the coolest designs of any stand, bro. Power that turns everything into bomb. Killer Queen is an amazing stand. Next up we have King Crimson, and I have to be honest, guys, if the stand has time-based ability, it's instant S for me, because it's so powerful. Like the fact that King Crimson can jump in time and erase part of the time is insane. That's insane, and it's fairly powerful as well. Like, he is S without a question, in my opinion. Kiss is the stand I really like as well. I like how Hermes was using it. I think she was a perfect user for this stand. The ability of this stand is basically forcing you to be creative as fuck. I personally really like his stand, and I think that it deserves to be in A tier as well. Kraftwerk. He has the ability to make things stay at one place, to freeze things in place, to be precise. That's the guy who was fighting Mista. That's a cool ability, but probably B tier. Limp Bizkit. Oh my god, it's from that guy, Sports Maximum, right? Power to control the corpses. I mean, it's kinda dangerous ability, but I'm really not a huge fan. But because it is fairly strong, I will place it into B tier, around here. It's pretty powerful ability, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, we now have Little Feet. Like I was talking how Goo Goo Dolls is just a better version than Little Feet, so by default I can place it into B. Little Feet is going into the C tier. Love Deluxe is Yukako's stand. It's basically controlling the hair. I was not too impressed with her stand. I think it's C tier as well. Lovers. Oh boy. Steely Dan and his stand Lovers. Pretty cool ability. I mean, the fact that he can plant lovers inside of someone and that person feels even more pain than you are feeling when you get attacked. That's kind of crazy. It was creative, and those episodes were fun as well. It was so satisfying to see Jotaro beating the shit out of Steely Dan after what he did. So I think it's at least B tier worthy. But probably somewhere like here. Made in Heaven is S. The ability to speed up the time to the point of getting universe to its end, to resetting the universe. There is no need to say anything more, bro. Magician's Red is one of the first stands that we saw. It's a classic stand, badass looking, fire powers. You can't go wrong with that. But there is many other creative stands. But it's probably a little bit of bias as well, but I will place Magician's Red probably somewhere like here in A tier. Man in the Mirror was Illuso's stand. Really troublesome. It was really troublesome fight, man. I think that stand is really creative as well, but the stand itself, the way it looks, was nothing special. I think it deserves B tier. Manhattan, this is Jongli A's stand. With the ability to track people's movements through aerodynamics, right? It's not a bad stand, but I was not a huge fan of it. Like, it looks silly, bro, with those keys, random keys, but I guess it's drawn and it uses as a bouncing object as well for his bullets. It's probably bottom B tier. Marilyn Manson, not a huge fan of this stand, I have to be honest. It's probably C tier for Marilyn Manson stand. It's similar to Darby Brothers stand, right? But instead of soul, she was taking body parts, organs, I mean. So I wasn't too impressed with this stand, to be honest. Metallica, oh boy. I don't know what you guys think about Metallica. I would really like to hear your thoughts, but for me, Metallica is going into the S tier. Metallica is such a cool stand, bro. Every living creature has blood iron inside of them, and the fact that Risotto Nero can create the sharp metal objects inside of your body whenever he wants is insane. It's such a powerful stand, and the way he was using it to put his foot back together, and the way it looks like with all these like fluidly irony thingies with that spooky expression on their faces. I just love Metallica, man. It's one of my favorite stands and it deserves to be in S tier for me. Moody Blues is also a stand very dear to me, not really too useful when it comes to fighting. It can throw hands alright, but it's a perfect detective type stand, and Abakio was the perfect wielder. We learned some valuable information thanks to it. We found out Diavolo's face. It deserves to be at A tier, probably somewhere like this. I really like Moody Blues. Mr. President. This is the turtle stand. Not gonna lie, it came in so clutch. I can't put it into the C tier. It was a big part of our journey throughout part 5. So I will place Mr. President at B tier. Notorious B.I.G. Ooh, that's an interesting one. That shit is invincible. We had lucky that we got rid of it into the ocean. Now it's endlessly chasing waves. It's tracking movement, right? And it's now like a legend, sinking ships and stuff. Now that I think about it, it gave us so much trouble. We were barely able to escape Notorious B.I.G. That's an A stand. That's an A tier stand, bro. For real. It was really dangerous. Oasis is okay, like the ability to go underground and swim through ground. I mean, the concept in itself is kinda cool, but it's probably B tier for me. I will place it here. What the fuck was Osiris? Oh, Osiris is Darby brother, but the gambler one. Okay, I have to be fair because I placed like Marilyn Manson and Atom here. I have to place Osiris there as well. So basically Darby forces you to gamble. If you lose or admit lose, your soul gets taken away. Like when it comes to their stance, they're nothing special. But those episodes with Darby's are one of my favorites. So I've really liked their stance for what they represent as a threat to our characters. But the stand itself, like the design wise, and it's weak in one-on-one fight. They're not even fighting stands, so that's why I'm not placing them too high. Pearl Jam. Bro, honestly, this stand is great. Like, this stand is helping you to create such a phenomenal dish, man, and such a great food. Who wouldn't like this ability? Like, you don't even have to visit a doctor anymore. You just get healed because of this stand, and plus on top of that you get bussin' food. What else do you need? Because of that, it goes into A tier. And if you guys couldn't tell, this maybe might come as a surprise to some of you. I like food. I'm joking. You can obviously tell that. Planet Waves. Westwood stand. Surprisingly, I really like this stand. I really do. In fact, I will place it at A tier as well. Design is so cool. It looks really awesome, and those episodes we were focusing a lot on muscles, the muscle groups, the ability to see other muscles, but it was thanks to Survivor, right? And this stand looks like a giant muscle. And he has ability to summon meteors, bro. That's kinda broken. It's A tier for me. Purple Haze. Ooh, Purple Haze, bro. Purple freaking Haze. What a cool ability, man. We saw it only once in action. The only downside is, I guess, its intelligence. Unlike Fugo, because of the rage, it's like the other side of Fugo, the rage side. So the stand itself looks kinda silly, but when he starts attacking, bro, and that spreading that poison virus or whatever, you better run, man. It's easy high A, bro. Probably someone would probably put it in S tier as well, but I will keep it here for now. Ret. Freaking rats. They were kinda annoying, bro. I mean, rats gave us so much more trouble than these stands in S tier, honestly. So I think rats deserve B tier. Not gonna lie. Red Hot Chili Pepper, a little bit underwhelming, considering that, but that's on me. I thought that he might be more relevant based on how they presented him at part 4. Araki baited me. But to go through electricity through cables and outlets, it's kinda cool. Probably somewhere at top B. Rolling Stones. A really, really creepy ability now that I think about it. To predict someone's fate. When will someone die? When it comes to fights, of course, absolutely useless. But because Araki wanted those episodes to be a little bit different and unexpected for viewers, it did a good job. So I will place it at B tier. Setan or Set. This stand, when it comes to fights, is really dangerous, because if it touches your shadow, you become Kid. So in reality, this stand should be pretty high up, in my opinion. But because of the stand user and how much I hated him, I don't know, man. Where do I want this stand? I will put it in A. Why not? Sex Pistols. Oh boy. My man Mista and his stand. So I was comparing it earlier to Emperor. Where did I put Emperor? Emperor is C tier, but Sex Pistols is much, much better. And the fact that they have like these personalities and that they are arguing with each other and they have meal times and everything. I really like Sex Pistols. This might be biased, but I will place them at A as well. Sheer Heart Attack. Automatic stand from Kira. A really troublesome stand. It gave us so much trouble. Even Star Platinum couldn't destroy it. That tells you how powerful it is. And it was able to almost kill Jotaro and Koichi, man. Where do I want to put this one? Probably bottom A tier as well, to be honest. Silver Chariot. Silver Chariot is a really simple stand. It's basically like a knight in armor with the pointy sword, not the usual sword. It's the fencing sword, right? Kinda like musketeer sword. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. It's a really, really cool stand in my eyes. I really enjoyed Silver Chariot fights. It can also shed its skin, I mean armor, and become faster to the point of creating those after images. So Silver Chariot is A tier for sure. Sky High, also creative. Bro, just look at all these abilities, man. Araki is such a goat, man. Sky High was such an interesting ability, and it was also quite dangerous. Jolin almost lost to Rikiel, man. I think Sky High deserves to be at A tier as well. Fuck it, I will place it here. Soft Machine. This is Zukero's stand, right? When he stabs people and turns them into like balloon, like in deflated balloon or something. I wasn't really a huge fan of those episodes as well, but of this stand as well. C tier for me, probably. Spice Girl, we didn't get to see much of. Notorious B.I.G. and some instances during the last battle against Diavolo. The ability to turn everything soft is kinda cool, but also I was expecting much, much more for some reason. Again, that's my expectations, my problem, but I think I will place Spice Girl at top of B tier probably. Star Platinum, man. Honestly, one of my favorite stands. Simple stand. He is able to punch people very hard and fast. He is very fast, very precise, and very strong. Basically an OP stand when it comes to 1v1s, and he gained the ability to stop time. Star Platinum is perfect stand. Not many of these stands can face Star Platinum in 1v1 battle, man. It's really, really small amount of stands. Sticky Fingers, oh my god, we are now dealing with some of my favorite stands, bro. Like Sticky Fingers design is so cool. The ability to create zip on everything and even on body parts is so amazing, man. The way it looks when he zips as well, like cosmic void or something like that, it's really, really cool. Also, all the creative ways Bucciarati used his stand kinda elevated my opinion of Sticky Fingers as well. When he zipped part of his head to dodge a punch, and when he jumped off the train, like there were so many cool uses of Sticky Fingers. It's one of my favorite stands. Now Stone Free. Where should I place Stone Free? I'm afraid that Stone Free is not S tier for me. because stone free, like the ability of threads, nothing special, right? It's kind of cool. You would place that ability probably around B tier or something, but because Jolin used it in such a creative ways, especially the Mobius strip, that shit was insane, man. It's only because of Jolin that I will place stone free in high A. I will place it here only because of Jolin and the way she was using her stand, but otherwise Jolin probably got the weakest stand out of JoJo's, like Josuke, Giorno, and Jotaro. I mean, Joseph had the worst stand, but it's kinda hard for Stone Free to compete with those stands. But thanks to Jolin, she made it work so good. So I'm placing her at top A. Stray Cat was a really interesting one. It's basically a cat that died and got reincarnated as a fucking plant, man. It is creative and it's shooting those air bubbles. It's probably B tier. I think this is a good spot for Stray Cat. Strength. Oh my god, it's the monkey. He was able to basically control everything on the ship, right? And he had so much strength that even regular people could see that stand. But it's one of the Araki's beginning stands, so it's probably C tier. The sun, like this stand sun, could realistically be such a powerful stand, right? The ability to create sun and burn everything, but nah, it's kinda useless when you think about it. Like, you really need to hide in order for people to stay exposed to the sun for a long time period, but even in desert, man, with that mirror he wasn't able to hide, I don't think that this stand is good, man. It's probably bottom of the C tier, somewhere like this. Next up we have Superfly. These stands are now kind of weird. Sun and then Superfly. It was the stand where that guy was staying, right? He was living there and he couldn't leave the tower. When you leave the tower, you get turned into metal or something. It's probably C tier as well. Not a huge fan. What the fuck was Surface? Dude, what is this? This is a doll. This is Hazamada's stand that he used to copy Josuke. It's B tier at best, bro. It's B tier, it's nothing special. Survivor. Also kinda lame stand. Even the people in Sirius called it one of the weakest stands. But what that stand can lead to, I guess that's not necessarily directly because of the stand. If there is many people around that would get angry and get into fight, it's really nothing special. It depends where you use it. It was used at perfect opportunity. There was water on the floor, so the stand can spread more quickly, and there is a bunch of people in small space, so it's only because of that it kind of worked, but in reality it's bottom C tier stand as well. Talking Head, the ability to make people say things they don't mean to say, the opposite things, right? A really tricky stand, I guess. It works in pair, right? That's why it was teamed up with Clash. This stand by itself, like if the user, if Tiziano is standing in front of you and you are 1v1ing him, what kind of use does his stand have? No use at all, man. You will still fuck him up. So it's not really that great. Where did I put it? Oh, it's here. It's probably C tier as well. Tenore sucks. What is Tenore sucks? Is this something from the manga? It's black and white. I don't recognize this stand. I will leave it for the later. The Fool. Oh, this is Iggy's stand. I like Iggy, but his stand was... It's basically a sand he can create, like the sand clones, and... It's not that bad, but it's also not deserving of A tier in my opinion. I will place it behind Spice Girl, next to Horus. The Grateful Dead. I really like this one. I really like Grateful Dead. It's so scary looking, right? The name Grateful Dead is also perfect, and the ability is really scary, making people age, bro, so fast. Grateful Dead is amazing stand. I will probably put it here next to Jailhouse Lock. It's a really cool stand. The Hand. My man Okuyasu didn't even realize how broken his stand is. Like, I'm even thinking to put the Hand in S tier, man. He can basically erase the space. What the fuck, man? That ability is so broken. Like, what would happen if Okuyasu tried to erase you from existence? Like, what the fuck? That stand is so broken. I have to put it at S tier, bro. Zahando is a really, really nasty stand. The Lock is Kobayashi's stand, and it works on the principle of guilt. The more guilt you feel, the bigger the lock will get. Nothing special, man, but because it's creative, I will place it at least at B tier. The World. Zavarudo, the legendary stand. I have to place it at S tier as well. The design is pretty cool. The power of stopping time powers are going into the S tier. I already told you guys that I think they are busted. Tot. Oh, this is Boingo's stand. Really creative stand, bro. The comic that can predict what's about to happen. It's really, really creative. I kinda have to put it at least into A tier. Tower of Grace, just annoying freaking flying insect, bro. Like, what the hell, man? I remember it's literally able to cut people's tongues off, and it was pretty fast. I think Kakyoin was the one who handled it, but it's C tier at best, bro. Underworld. I really liked Underworld. He can replicate the memories of the accidents that happen on the ground. So, very creative, another very creative stand. So Underworld is going into the A tier for sure. Weather Report is, in my eyes, an S tier stand as well. The crazy episodes with heavy weather, with the snails and subliminal messages through rainbows, man. The fact that he can destroy the ozone layer, the stuff he did earlier by making those suits for Jolene and himself when they were fighting Jumping Jack, the summoning of those poisonous frogs, man. Weather Report also defeated Pucci in the end with the oxygen strategy. Weather Report is goated stand. It's S tier for sure. Also, the design is pretty cool. I really like how it looks. Wheel of Fortune is the dude from the car, right? The car. Unfortunately, I'm placing a lot of part 3 stands here, it seems. But it just goes to show you how much Araki evolved. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I hate any of these stands. I do probably hate some of these D tier stands, but all these C tier stands, most of them produced such an entertaining episodes and battles. Like, let's say, Talking Head, Beach Boy, those episodes were amazing as well with Pesci. Darby Brothers, one of the best episodes. The Survivor episodes were crazy as well. I mean, this is Joseph. I like him so much, and I placed his stand in C tier, so I'm trying to justify some of my decisions, but let's just continue and finish this off. White Album, Gyako and his stand is B tier. It's B tier for sure. Probably around here. White Snake. I like White Snake, bro. I like how he had a different personality than Pucci at the beginning, and I will put White Snake into S tier as well. Mostly because of his design and voice, man. Such a cool stand, bro. Such a cool and menacing stand. White Snake, but also his ability with the discs, stealing memories and collecting stands is kinda crazy, so White Snake deserves S tier as well, in my opinion. Yellow Temperance. Yellow Temperance is probably B tier. Here. Yoyoma was an interesting stand that basically is waiting to stab you in the back, bro, when you're not looking at him. Very creepy, using those mosquitoes and spitting, but he can be useful to you. You can be his master, bro. And when you turn your back on him, he will strike then. Kinda cool concept. It deserves B tier, I think. And now we have Tenore Sax that I will have to Google real quick. I just Googled Tenore Sax. It's Kenny G. No wonder that I don't know this fucking stand, bro. He got taken out so quickly by Iggy. See, he's the one who created that illusion inside of Dio's castle, bro. Like, fuck this stand. It's probably... I will put it here, bottom of the C tier. So there you have it, guys. This is, I guess, my stand tier list. I don't know how this looks, to be honest. I think I did a pretty decent job. But as I said, I really didn't take into consideration how would all these stands measure up to one another in a fight. That would be too much thinking. I just went based on my gut feeling and how I felt about them the most. I think that's fair. I think that these S tier stands are all really cool and powerful. I think that A tier stands are also amazing. All of them. There might be some weird picks. B tier was kinda nice as well. Did I really do someone dirty? I'm trying to figure out if there is a cool stand that I placed too low. Atom Heart is the worst. Yeah, that should probably stay like this. Yeah, I guess this is it, guys.